The year was 2017. In the mirror room of the dance department, University of Ghana, a group, about 8 young people, or a group of us met to brainstorm, okay, what stories we could use dance to tell, to bring transformation to our society. Because as the senior dance company of Vivi's Dance and Theatre Academy, we believed that dance was such a powerful tool for social change. Now, when it came to the story that we wanted to tell, the first thing I brought to the table was that we needed to tell the story of addiction. Why? Because it was at that point when I started building Vivi's Dance and Theatre Academy, I noticed I was always in my phone. E- Even at midnight, you're responding to clients because you felt that you needed to keep working, keep grinding to see the vision come to life. And in that moment, I noticed something, that I was getting addicted to the phone. I'm driving and I'm checking the phone, I'm breastfeeding, I'm on the phone, and it was affecting my life personally and my relationships. So when the time came to tell the story, I said, you know what? Whenever we talk about addiction, the first thing everybody thinks about is drugs. But I've noticed something, that there are some behavioral addictions that people don't think about. And that was where the concept to tell the addiction story started. So we started researching. Now, it's been almost 9 years along the way. Addiction has premiered first at the University of Ghana School of Performing Arts in 2019, and it's journeyed through Alliance Française, where we performed it twice. And this time, from the feedback we received from our audience, the impact we saw it made on the people who opened up after the show, we knew that addiction had not ended. It needed to see audiences all over. In fact, audiences all over the world needed to see addiction. So, in 2026, at our 10th anniversary, or the 10th anniversary of Vivi's Dance and Theatre Academy, we brought addiction to the National Theatre. But today, I have in fact, two of the performers of addiction who are here with me on Artfluence with Vivi to talk about their journey. Because this has not just been my journey, it's been the journey of over 20 dancers and performers and the audience. And so today, I'm happy to have two of our dancers with us who are going to share their journey with addiction. Welcome, Na and Mickey Flex, to Artfluence with Vivi.
Thank you so much.
All right, let me start by congratulating you on a successful production. But Addiction saw, we had about 2,000 people seeing Addiction a couple of weeks ago at the National Theatre.
Yes.
Now tell me, did you think that this was a successful production? Is there something you could have done, more or maybe less of? You tell me.
Yeah, I feel it's something that came out good.
Okay.
All right. People came in their numbers, like students and all that. The best thing is to, so the best way we could do the whole thing had to be done. All right. So the people that came in, people were influenced, people had things to talk about, people had questions to ask. And I feel like that's the main thing, because when people don't ask questions, it feels like, oh, okay, they got everything. Because I know when you are like a good student, like that's definitely something you need to do, to ask questions in class, so you get the clarity you need.
Okay.
Yes, so I feel like that came out very good.
All right.
Personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now,
Addiction was a success, and as someone who works behind the scenes for the production, obviously we felt like we could have done better, but what they saw was perfect to them, and that's what I believe God wanted us to put out there. And they didn't just come and watch a production, they experienced it. They went home asking questions, reflecting on whatever they had seen and experienced, and that is what you define as a success.
Yeah, thank you. Because I think as artists, And as creatives, sometimes we are very hard on ourselves, like, oh, this didn't go well. Oh, I wish I had done it that way. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the audience, the people seeing it, they've never seen this before. And it's how they receive it. And
Yeah.
so the feedback, in fact, all over social media, even on, national news outlets, and even right in the auditorium, the reviews, the questions, as Mickey said, the feedback we received really made us know that we made an impact, right, with the story. But I'd like to know this. Why did you decide to do Addiction of all productions? Why did you accept to take on this production and run with the story?
Okay, so you want to go first?
I wasn't part of the original production cast, and when I came on board, the funny thing is, Mr. Yemi gave me the role of the fashion addiction, and that was so weird because that's where I also fall short as a person. I'm addicted to fashion.
Wow.
Okay.
So I took on the challenge. It was a crazy ride, but I took on the challenge and I'm excited I did. I'm really excited I did.
All right. Now, let me just stay with now before I come to Mickey, because Mom mentioned that she just made a confession that, well, you know what, this is my weakness. We're talking about addiction, and yes, I am addicted to fashion and to play that role, to step into that role. And would you say that you were playing yourself, or no? I mean, if I remember, you played the addiction. This was an abstract character, which you brought to life.
Yes.
So it's more like that
force,
that pushes people to, stay in that addiction. So would you say, how did you bring that to life? Did you have to draw? Of course, I'm sure you drew from your own experiences, to play that role. Can you take us on that journey? Can you tell us the process?
Recovering from being addicted to fashion, you sit back and you talk to yourself. You analyze certain things. Is it affecting your finances? Do you need help in a particular area? Who are you going to talk to be your accountability partner? All the voices that play out that played out in my head in the past is how I was able to channel being that voice to whoever is addicted to fashion. So how was I affected? How did I get addicted? And how was I able to come out of that addiction? So that's what I embodied to be able to play that role.
Wow. Mickey.
Yeah.
You with world Afro.
World best Afro dancer, man.
Best Afro dancer. I mean, we know you to, do all these new challenges, Afro dance and all that. That's your style. But this, for me, this is the first time I saw you, embodying, like being part of a full-length production where we're using dance to tell a story. So tell me, one, why did you decide to join Addiction or this production? And is this the first time you're, using dance to tell a story? And you tell us your experience. One, why you decided to do this, and then the process and the journey for you.
Thank you so much. So, when I first saw the whole project done, like I said to myself, I was like, this is something that has to be shared to everybody in the world, because like the gospel, right? So I was like, no, like I need to be part of this, because I had my people in there. Like that's where I met my wife and all that. So so I had my wife in there. So I was like, no, I need to be part of this, because I feel it is the best platform dancers can use. Because dance is a form of communication. That dance is a language and all that. So I came in and I was given the role of the hope intermediate and all that. Like people term it as Savior. Christ, like the savior. And funny enough, that's something I do in my church
Okay.
a lot
Mm.
because I play the Savior a lot in my church. Like I always have that thing because when we have like a dance ministration to do, I come out with concepts like because we brainstorm and it comes out. They are like, say the Jesus part, that's you.
That's
Like I'm always like this. Say no one can play that part apart from you. I'm like, okay, then I need to take it upon myself. So me coming in and giving that role, I was like, then I was destined to be part
Yeah.
of this. So I felt very, very like happy about it
All right.
because it's something I need to tell people about. So as said in the Bible, we should go out to preach and all that. Yeah. So I felt like we are preaching the word of God to people
Definitely.
straight, but from our dance,
Yeah.
through our dance to the people. That's it.
Wow.
Personally, that's it.
Now, talking about the role you played, we had a couple. In fact, the first time we performed it at Alliance, we had a young man asking, "I can, who is that person wearing white? Is that what does that person represent? Is that Jesus?"
Jesus.
And then at the National Theatre, another student
Yeah.
asked, "Okay, does addiction have anything to do with spirituality?" Right? What do you have to say about that?
Yes, yeah, it does. Because even the whole world comes out of like spirits, like because God created the world just by saying something.
Mm.
Let there be light. Let it. Where did they come from? Okay, because we are all spiritual people. Because these things don't just happen to people.
Yeah.
Because you can't be there and feel like, okay, like I'm trying to take this, I'm trying to do that, whilst you know you are hurting yourself,
Mm. Mm.
or that thing is draining your strength, that thing is draining your energy, but you still go to it. So it can't just be something of the norm. All right. So I feel it's very spiritual, and people just need to start praying about this. People need to know that there's spirituality to everything.
Mm.
Like whatever we can even think about, okay, there's spirituality to it. So yeah, we need to know.
All
That's
right.
it.
Now let's talk about the effect of the process, because people often come to see the end product, but they don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and for addiction, you had like all night rehearsals because you are all, full-time workers, you work during the day. And so the night time is where you
Yeah.
you put in the work to bring such a production to life. So and sometimes also in embodying such characters, it often leads us with some scars, because you have to open up to certain, parts of yourselves that sometimes you may not even want to go to. So the process is never a smooth one. Now, how has recovery from this kind of process been like for you? Have you taken the time to recover, or have you had to continue the hustle?
I would say continue the hustle.
Because it's something that we just need to keep it going. All right. But for this production, like I feel this is something that had a big impact, not just for the people, for myself too. Because I feel like if I'm playing this character, I can't go back to doing something that I used to do. So I'm still in that process. Like I sometimes even see people and I feel like I should just talk to them about just how they feel. All right. So I'm just still in that process. I'm still trying to do the same thing that I'm doing. But like now I'm very cautious of some things I say to people. Because maybe they are going through it, but I don't know about it. So maybe I feel like since we had this thing, like I've had this thing in my head that no, just don't talk to people anyhow, or like when you see someone going through something, they might need your help, not to be judged. They need your help. Don't judge them and all that. So still, I'm in the process of
Wow.
that. So
that's what arts does to the artist, you know. So we always also want to be cautious that we are not like a signboard, you know. We're just there leading, directing others to the right path, and then we are not changed or transformed by it. And that's what I got from your submission. So how long do you think it takes to let go of, you know, the emotional and psychological baggage that comes with, you know, embodying such, you know, roles now?
So
Is it possible to let go? How do you detach yourself from, you know, that?
Yeah. Every individual is different. And so it's the process that you have to go through. You can surround yourself with friends, spend time with family, so you are not, your mind doesn't really focus on that, you know, emotional journey that you went through. So some people immediately after, some people a month, some people 2 months. Like he said, he's started to do something different out after the production. I thought I was so strong that I could handle so many things because I'm good at multitasking, but this production actually broke me down. And I realized that as a human being and as an artist, I need to take care of myself and my body. So
exactly,
thinking about all those things contributes to your recovery after a production like this.
exactly.
Wow. Now, is there, again, we're talking about recovery here, right? How do you protect yourself, you know, emotionally while performing a work as heavy as what we just did? What is the routine? Well, for Mickey, he said, okay, you know, just go back to the grind, you know, the hustle continues and all that. And now you mentioned also that it's important for us to, you know, because you say, okay, let's move on to the next thing. But do we really take time to, you know, recover, reflect on everything that we've done? What do you think, as artists who are watching, who also go through this daily grind, what advice would you have for them? What do you think they need to do? How do they escape from, you know, the aftermath of a production?
The aftermath. Okay. I think first you need to talk to the Holy Spirit about it. I don't know about some people, but like I pray about everything. I pray about everything. Like I quite remember when we were 2 days to the event, like I told everybody, can we fast? Can we, you know? Because I feel that's not something normal to do. Because you are trying to impact in people. Like you are trying to let people understand something. So me, I say prayer and then find time for yourself to relax. Like, you know, because you have work, but find time to relax also and try to reflect on the things that went on through your rehearsal and everything. And then also don't be too hard on yourself.
I want to add that your body is your ministry.
Yeah.
So you
your
have,
assets.
it's your asset too, because that's what God has blessed us with to create and make a difference in the world. So take care of it. Know when it's time to let it rest. Know when it's time to get on the move. And there's a time for everything. So let's just take care of our bodies and invest more in our sanity.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Now, for our listeners, right, what do you wish they understood more about creating performances like this and its effects on artists behind it?
Go first. Go first.
Well, sometimes, again, recently I had someone, reaching out to us that, oh, we want you to do like a 25 minutes performance, and we want you to do it for free, and things like that. And it made me, it's something we always encounter,
Yes.
Still people don't understand the work that the artist goes through, to make something happen, to bring something to life. So please, what do you wish they understood more about creating performances like this and its effects on the artists behind it?
Yeah.
It takes time for us to create whatever piece that we are creating. Months of putting music together, getting the cues, which stage direction you're going to come from, mapping out how the stage should look like. It's an entire process. Behind the scenes, what kind of lighting would you want at this point, at this angle? The process is a lot.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes sleepless nights. It takes hard work. And the fact that they don't understand that they have to pay for that time is something that as artists we are still, struggling with. But we know we will definitely get to the point where people understand that the process is not easy. Yes.
Even the gifts, or the ability to think and bring a concept
To life.
Thank
that
you very
alone
much.
must be paid for.
Thank you very much.
Right? The creativity that goes into it, the
Someone's
thinking,
intellectual property.
the thinking that
Yeah.
goes to into
how would you create someone being a fashion addict? How would you even think about it to allow your body to move
Exactly.
in that motion?
Exactly.
For someone to understand that I'm watching someone who is playing the role of a fashion addict. So, like you said, that whole thought process is...
And again, one of the beautiful things about addiction is that, once we talk about addiction, everybody thinks
Drugs.
but that's a cliche,
Yeah.
but this production, touched on
A lot.
many other things, those
Yes, yeah.
behavioral addictions that people, we don't even think
Think it's an
about.
addiction.
The phone, addiction to phone, to social media, to
Gambling.
fashion, to gambling, which has
Yeah.
become a
A
big
big-
thing now, So yes, it's and then the addiction. So embodying
The
that
spirits,
character and the
yeah.
forces, that we don't. They are not personalities,
Yeah.
but we have to create them and
Yeah.
let them come to life.
Yeah.
So
So can I add something?
yes.
First and foremost, what I would want everybody, or those who come in for productions, but they think, oh, I want the word that they use,
Just something.
just
Just 5
something
minutes.
small.
Just 5
And
minutes.
what's most annoying is, oh, we didn't budget for it, but we thought it would be nice. Please, please. We all have our jobs, all right? So you can't come to someone's office and come and tell the person is not doing something so important. Because if it's not important, you won't think about it in the first place.
Yeah.
Since you thought about it, and for someone to come up with a dance step, like honestly, because when the song is playing now, okay, you're thinking about it. So you think about how you feel. You think about how the audience will feel before you put in a step. Because when you do a step that doesn't feel right, yeah, you know what happens. So we all have our works. We all have our specialties. We all have our something that we touch, and then we make it gold and all that. So when you are approaching someone's work, you should think about it. Okay, so what if I'm the one? Simple.
Sure.
Yeah.
What if I'm...
Yeah.
What
That's
if
the
I'm
question.
the one?
Yeah. How will you feel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just to add to that, because we're looking at art, at the creative or the artist and the work, and how sometimes we think that one thing is more important than the other. Recently, I was telling someone that we're doing the work of a psychologist, the work of a scientist, the work of it's all together. The artist is able to bring all of these things together. We work hand in hand, and on that day we had some clinical psychologists there. And their feedback also could tell you that he said, look, when we step on the stage, all we do is talk about things. But for some people, they need to see it for them to be transformed. So we all work hand in hand to make, that impact that will really transform society. So thank you for the work you do. What would you tell your fellow performers or artists, out there who have also maybe seen the kind of work you do, or didn't get the chance to see the kind of work you put up? How do they protect themselves? Is there any word you have for them out there?
Okay, so I would just say, know your environment, all right, and then be very particular with the things you put out and the things you talk about, and try to let it be educative enough. Because I feel, why are we doing this? Because we are trying to make an impact, or we are trying to change lives, or we are trying to touch lives. I feel like not just to entertain people, but to also educate them. So what I'll say is, find the best way or the best thing that helps people to be entertained, and then still get to have a message in it. Simple. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That reminds me of something one of my supervisor said during my master's program. He said, if you don't have anything to say, shut up.
That's it.
Art, and you are right. It's art is such a powerful tool that if we don't take care, we rather destroy society than build it. And so we need to use it to build our society. So why are you doing this? Who is it impacting? Is it making a positive impact, or is it destroying our society? When it comes to music, our young people are listening to your music. What kind of lyrics are you putting out there? Is it changing someone's life, or it's rather destroying someone? So thank you, Mickey. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yes, Ms. Ma.
I will take it from what the laws governing the creative industry is all about. So as an artist, I think you need to understand what the laws are in order to protect yourself, in order to know your worth, so that in terms of taxes, in terms of, because sometimes you go for, or someone hires you for an event, and then they'll say something about commission, about a withholding tax. You need to understand all these aspects, and that's one of the ways you can also protect yourself, because he said what I wanted to say, but so I just wanted to take it from that angle as well.
Great. Thank you.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's the business part of it.
Yes,
I like it.
which we always, neglect, because there's also the business of arts.
Yes.
It's not just...
Exactly.
So it's important that artists look at that as well. Thank you now for leaving that. In fact, that's a whole conversation for another day. Maybe I'll invite you on the next one to talk about the business of arts.
That one is very broad.
Yes.
Business.
Yes. Thank you. Now, to wrap up,
Yeah.
kindly introduce yourselves to our listeners.
Wow.
And where they can find you.
Okay. So I'm Michael Quay, known as the world best Afro dancer. You can call me Flex. So we go to Mickey Flex. So I'm a professional dancer, a teacher, then also a husband. So
okay, shout out to
my wife. Shout out to my wife. I'm all good.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Nakwe.
Okay.
You can find me on social media as Wanda. I'm a certified American Ballet Theatre instructor in acrobatic arts.
Give it to us. Give it to us.
So I teach ballet, acrobatic art, contemporary. I'm also a flag worshipper and an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So-
Please, entrepreneur, and touch on it. Flavor and Co, because you nourish
Yeah, do that,
our
man.
bodies with your food. So
Please do that. Do that.
I
Do
run a
that.
family business with my sisters and my mother. We do catering and event management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, mention it.
Flavor Co
Thank
on
you.
Instagram and on TikTok.
Give it to us. Give it to us.
Yes. So if you want to nourish your body
Yeah.
as artists, please, you know where to find her. She'll give you
Exactly.
correct food that will help you nourish your
Thank you,
body and
Miss
your soul.
Vivi.
Thank you, Na. Thank you, Mickey Flex. Thank
Thank
you,
you
Na,
so
for
much.
joining me on Artfluence with Vivi.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.